Welcome back to this week's Weekly Waffle. It's Thursday.
Good morning on Thursday. Just off out with the dogs. I've got a new top on, or at least it's new-ish. So I must have bought it for myself about 5 years ago, and it must not have fitted at the time. I don't remember whether it was too big or too small. It still had its tags on, and it was in a bag in that cupboard that Tammy's just cleared out. And so anything that she's pulled out when she's been tidying, if she thought it would fit me now, because obviously I've gone back and down, up and down through sizes since, she's put stuff like that in a pile for me, and I put this on this morning and it fitted. Now it did have an annoying string going from here to here that tied in a bow, and I didn't like that, so I've cut that off. Hang on while I let them off and then I'll be able to talk to you. As I was saying, and then annoyingly this seam here, this placket part hasn't stitched down, so I've already stitched the point down at the very bottom here because the point kept poking out, but I think I'm going to have to run a line of tacking stitches along just to kind of hide that placket seam, just to stop it flapping over, because that will annoy me. Apart from that, I'm very pleased with it. It was 2 at Sainsbury's. It cost me £6 something at the time. I had a reduced sticker on it, and it must just not have fitted me, but it does now. So dog walk first, and then some auctions have just finished, some 99p auctions I've started. Only one of them has gone for more than 99p. One of them went for £4.20. Everything else has gone at 99p, but we just look on it as clearing old stock out. So I have to go to the unit today, and there's going to be a Loft trip somewhere today. And today is my last day of freedom. Tomorrow I go back to work. And I don't want to. It's nothing against my job per se. It's just that in the time I've been off, we've had a new manager and a new girl, so 50% new workforce basically. And I don't like change. I'm not good with change. My other colleague who is still there is having a difficult time with the new manager. So I'm not looking forward to going back into a new regime really. And also very much enjoyed not having a job. Obviously I've got other jobs, but I've very much enjoyed not having to go to work 3 days a week. I've been enjoying being able to get up in the morning and plan my own time and do what I want. It's the dream, isn't it really? Independent living is the dream, not having to work. And I certainly could give up my job and exist without the money, but that is the money that makes a difference between existing and living, between doing things and not doing things, between choices, and that's what you'll have to have, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I don't want to go back, so today feels like my last day of freedom. Tomorrow I go back into chains. Breakfast is a slice of one of the bread rolls I made. Literally, I've just cut a slice off the end of it. With some very much not spreadable butter and a soft boiled egg on my egg plate, which we made when we went pottery painting last year, and I've never used it. It's the first time I've used it. My egg is supposed to be soft boiled, but whether it is or not remains to be seen. Not quite soft boiled. I can't get it out and show you. Hang on. A little bit soft in the middle, but not quite soft boil. we have to do this all the damn time. We've been to B&M, which was on the agenda. What have I done with my straw? Who knows? It was on the agenda for after the unit. I've been to B&M. Show you what I got when I got home. Nothing very exciting. Then I said to Tammy, I'm dying for a drink that isn't squash. I can't have fizzy. I had a look on the McDonald's app and they've got a mango and pineapple smoothie. That's nice. And then they've got any wrap for $2.49. So I've got a chicken and bacon wrap. I won't eat much of this, but oh, it's so nice to have something that isn't squash. I miss me fizz. Did you enjoy your little trip down from the loft? Was it like a fairground ride? As you can see, I have been in the loft. I decided I would get it over and done with. I want to get in the pool, but before I can get in the pool, I knew I had to go in the loft because I knew it'd be hot and sweaty up there, so it made sense to get that done. I'm going to go downstairs. We'll show you what I got from B&M, and then I'm going to get in the pool, I think, and have a bit of a cool off. I get changed into my cosy before I go down. Right, sexy it isn't. But to be fair, there's only me and 5,000 of you that are going to see it. Right, oh, that is extraordinarily attractive. Good God, I can't imagine why I'm not fighting them off with a stick, can you? Oh, here's what I bought in B&M. First I'll show you what I bought and then I'll show you what I went in for. I bought some solar powered string lights for the garden. These were reduced from 7 to 5. 120 on a string. Ultra bright apparently. They have static or flashing. We're definitely putting on static. And I'll show you where they're going to go in a minute. I bought this because it was reduced to £4. It's Rice Krispie Squares, and these have been rocketing in price recently, so a 4-pack has been nearly £2. So to have 12 for £4 seemed like a bargain. So there's 4 caramel, 4 totally chocolatey, and 4 of the original gooey marshmallow. I don't know if they're short dated. They're out of date. They're out of date. That's why that was reduced. It won't matter. My bread flour was out of date yesterday. My rolls were fine. There is some stuff in here I can't show you because it's for Tamsin's birthday. But I got a bottle of Volvic Touch of Fruits, and somewhere there's another bottle of a different flavour. Those were 99p each. I got a box of cornflakes for something that I want to make. I want to make melting moments. I haven't made any for ages. I have made them on my channel before. I've shown you guys them. In fact, I think there's a recipe video for them. So if so, I'll link it. But yes, so I didn't have any cornflakes, so I got those for that. They were £2.25. Things you can't see coming out of the bag and being hidden on the floor because Tamsin watches my channel. These were reduced to £2 a bag. Fun size Mars bars down from £3.29 to £2. I may bake with them. I may just give them to Anthony next time he says, have you got any chocolate? I got 2 of those. Right, okay, Tamsin's birthday stuff is now stashed away. Here is my other bottle of Volvic. I got 1 strawberry and 1 touch of fruits. They were 99p a bottle. I think I said that already, didn't I? And then these were reduced. I can't remember how much to, and I don't know where my receipt is off the top of my head, but if I find it, I'll stick it on the screen. I've had the salt and vinegar ones. They were really nice, so I thought I'd try some of these. I can't eat very many, and they are short dated, but they are coated peanuts. So these are smoky bacon flavoured coated peanuts. These are for Anthony. They had reduced dairy milk, 87p a bar. Is that out of date? No, that's not out of date until next April, so I don't know why that was reduced. 87p a bar, so I got 3 of those. And this is what I went in for. So I've got 2 of these. These are the ivy panels. So a couple of weeks ago, you probably saw in the waffle if you watched, I went out and I bought a thin one thinking I could just repair the top of the one that's broken. It did not work at all. It did not go how I planned it. And so I decided I didn't want to spend £48. These are £24 each. And I was like, I don't want to spend £48, but the others are so withered and they're dried out that every time you walk past them now, they're just cracking and falling apart. Well, I went in today, I decided I would bite the bullet and I would spend the £48, and they were reduced. So they were £18 each, so it's 36 instead of 48, so that's felt like a win. So I'm going to go out there now, try and put these in place, and then I'm getting in the pool, because by then I will be very hot indeed. I'm already quite hot. I'm approaching very hot indeed. I can see very hot indeed approaching quite quickly. Anton and I were able to make one trellis stretch after all, so he's been able to use the second one underneath his pond for shade there, so winning at life. Got lights on it as well, but obviously you won't see those till tonight. That's right, I have sorted the garden out as you saw. I then had a dip in the pool. The pool is now draining because it was getting slimy again. It got green and slimy very, very quickly this time. I've ordered a new cover because the cover we had was for a smaller pool, so I hadn't really done the job. I need to do my parcels. I went to the unit and the loft earlier, as you know. So I need to do my parcels, ready to take them with me when I go to work tomorrow. And I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm genuinely at the point of having an actual tantrum about it and lying on the floor and kicking my heels like a toddler. But yeah, those 3 of those 4 bags that you see there, 1, 2, 3, have all got to be parcelled. Done. Better do something with this before the morning, eh? Otherwise I won't fit in at work. I literally won't get through the door. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to. Good evening on Friday. Today was my first day back at work. And it was okay. I didn't want to go. I woke up this morning. I intended to talk to you guys on the way to work, and then I ended up dropping Natalie off at work and forgetting about you guys. I'm very sorry. But yeah, it was okay. I didn't want to go. I woke up this morning with the deepest not wanting to go-ness anybody's ever had. But got to do what we got to do, so we went. And it was okay. It was a reasonably busy day, so it didn't pass too slowly. Natalie's car has been repaired. I don't know if I told you guys this, but Natalie's car failed the MOT this week. So as you know, she hasn't passed her test yet, which has complicated the MOT thing because she's not been able to take it herself. Emma took it up for us one day in the week and it failed, and so the work's just been done on it today while I was at work. The mechanic said he was supposed to come Sunday, and he messaged and said I can come today, and we were like, okay, that's great, but I'm not there, so we had to find out if Anthony was around to give him the car key so that he could do the work. Anyway, it's done. And it's booked back in for Monday. He's got to have the tracking done and be retested, and then it should pass. It had to have something done to the suspension. I'm not technical, but something to do with ball joint arm thingies. I don't know. Anyway, it's been done, so it's going back on Monday for a retest. So I was able to arrange that during the day, so at least that's done. I'm now just stopping at Aldi because we have no toilet cleaner. I have not bought toilet cleaner for a while, and it turns out nobody else in my house, despite having used up the toilet cleaner, nobody else in my house didn't occur to them to buy toilet cleaner either. So yeah, so that's my job. So I'm popping in Aldi for toilet cleaner, and I don't think we need it. Might need bread. I mean, I made bread rolls the other day, but they were definitely best when they were just freshly baked. A couple of days later they seem a little on the dense side, but then they were no knead. So I believe, I don't know much about bread making, but I believe when you knead it, that's when it releases the gluten, and when it releases the gluten I think that makes it airier. I don't know, but they were no knead, so I didn't need them. Right, toilet cleaner. And not much else, said she. So I might have bought 1 or 2 things that weren't toilet cleaner. Maybe 1 or 2. I'll show you when we get home. Right. Things I bought that were not toilet cleaner. Bag of these Chinese 5-spice lantern crisps. They just look nice. I won't be able to eat many, or at least not many in one go, but they looked really nice. They smell nice. They're nice, but they've got a kick. So I definitely won't eat many of them in one go with a kick. Little pack of mini stainless steel hooks, they look useful. Some satay skewers and some barbecue flavour skewers. I fancy picky bits for my tea. Some of the coconut and vanilla yogurts that I like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dog foods for Molly. Oh, looking forward to getting out of my uniform. A pack of cheese twists on the picky bits theme. Some pita breads, I just fancied those. I don't think I want them today, but I just fancied them. 2 protein puddings, 1 caramel, which I know I like, 1 white chocolate, which I've not tried. Bag of sugar for work. Caramelised onion hummus, which I thought, you know, with me picky bits. Paracetamol. And things that I got that were toilet cleaner. Still not, because it's bleach. They don't have toilet cleaner now, do they? Only have bleach. That will do. It'll do the job. I really want to get out this uniform. A little beige picky plate for my tea. I've got 2 cheese twists, 1 piece of cheese, some little cheese things that need using up, cheese bally things, and then 3 each of the barbecue and the satay skewers, and some caramelised onion hummus. Very beige. I would have liked some veg to dip in the hummus, but the only thing we have is carrots, and I can't have carrots yet because I can only have things that I can chew to a paste in my mouth. No matter how much you chew raw carrot, it does not become a paste, it just becomes smaller raw carrot. I was sitting in the garden, but my neighbours have gone away, leaving their 18-year-old son at home. And it's Friday night and he has his friends round. And the music is extremely loud. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a complaint. I would not dream of complaining to them about any noise because we have 4 dogs and we're very much aware that with 4 dogs, our neighbours are extremely forbearing and probably put up with more than they ought to. And they go away about twice a year, so this is a very rare occurrence. So I am not complaining in any way, and I'm not complaining to them, certainly not, you know, but I have come away from the garden because it was a bit too, not only is it too loud, but also terrible taste in music. I might have enjoyed it if it was my taste. I might have sat out there enjoying it, but not my kind of thing. So I've come indoors to my room, which is hotter than the centre of the earth. Is the centre of the earth hot? It is, isn't it? Yeah, because that's where lava comes from. And I'm going to get into my bed and ring my mother. I've got editing to do, as always. So I'm going to get into bed, ring my mother, and then do my editing and call it a day. I'm very tired. Today, as you know, was my first day back at work. And I was very, very weary. My new manager was saying something to me about 2:30, and I yawned, and he went, "Sorry, am I boring you?" And I was like, "No, you're not boring me, but you are keeping me awake because it's my afternoon nap time." So I'm going to ring my mother, do some editing, and almost definitely have an early night. Before I say goodbye to you guys, this arrived today. It is a slightly belated card for Marie, so thank you so much, Marie. It says to Carla, have a birthday, have a birthday. It doesn't say that. It says happy birthday, have a great day. How tired am I? And it's from Marie Mitchie. So thank you. Mitchie or Mishi? Mitchie, I think. Thank you so much, Marie. It has arrived safely. I put my hand back in the padded envelope and found another little envelope, and this was in there, which says happy birthday, may all your wishes come true. Isn't that cute? Thank you very much. Good morning on Saturday. I am working today. Second day of 3 in a row. So in again tomorrow, and then I'm off Monday. I'm not sure if I'm off Monday and Tuesday and in Wednesday, or off Monday, in Tuesday, off Wednesday. I'll have to double check that. Otherwise I'll turn up on the wrong day. But yeah, I'm off Monday, and on Monday, I think I told you this yesterday, Natalie's car's going back for its MOT retest, so the work's been done. I cannot remember anything of what I said to you last night after work, but the mechanic rang. He was supposed to come Sunday morning. I may be repeating myself. And he rang yesterday afternoon and said, oh, he was free and he could come then on the spot. So the repairs have been done, but it needs the tracking done, which is not something they can do on your driveway. It has to go back to the garage for that. So it's got to have the tracking done and then be retested Monday afternoon. And I might have already told you all of that. don't know what I'm going to do this evening. Yesterday evening I was very tired. Work wiped me. But I feel like I'll be better today because I'll be a bit more in the swing of it. So I might have a bit more energy this evening, I don't know. The picky plate that I had last night did not land especially well. I think I should have. There were several things on that plate that I hadn't tried, that I was trying for the first time since my op. And what I have learned is if I'm going to try new things, I should try them one at a time, so that if they don't work, I know which ones didn't work. Does that make sense? But there were several things on that plate that I was trying for the first time since my op, and so now I'm not sure which or whether it's a conglomeration of all that didn't sit very well. But I had a very, very musical stomach last night. I could hear it gurgling and churning away and trying to deal with stuff, and I did not feel quite at my very best. Mother was on good form though. I rang Mother and she was on top form yesterday. She was talking about some advert that she's seen on telly. I don't see mainstream telly very often. I tend to watch more YouTube than ordinary telly. She's seen some advert with a lady saying that she was going to buy, I don't know if it's a new kitchen or a new bathroom or something, and then she bought a cheaper version, and that left some money left over to pay for Carlo. And Carlo comes in with his shirt off and all muscles, and my mother said, "Oh, I don't think I'd like a Carlo. I think I'd have whatever it was she was going to buy." Sorry, this flipping road again. But yeah, she was on good form last night. She was chortling away to herself. She got to the point where she was laughing so much she could barely breathe. So that's a mixed blessing, isn't it? Because on the one side you're like, I'm glad she's on good form, and on the other side you're like, Mum, don't expire on the end of the phone because I can't get to you to help you in time. But yeah, she was chatting and laughing away well last night, which is good because some nights I ring her and I have to really jolly her into conversation. I have to kind of, how are you? Are you okay? And you know, last night she was on form. She was halfway through a biscuit when I rang up, so maybe it's a sugar rush. I chanced the phone and went bluff, and I was like, all right, and she was like, biff it. Anyway, there you go. I'm not quite sure where that ramble came from, but I'm going to take myself off to work, and I will speak to you guys this evening. I am home from work. It is very hot. Natalie said to me, there's a parcel on the table for you. I said, what is it? She said, it's a extra birthday present. So a couple of days ago I sent her a link to the TikTok shop saying, look how beautiful this is, I don't need it, I must not buy it. And she has treated me as an extra birthday present. I can't get it out, hang on. Now this is not sponsored or affiliated, although I did work with Bottle once before. So somebody's bound to say, oh, you've worked with them before. I did, but I didn't have this pattern. This has been paid for by Natalie, and this is not a sponsored post in any way, but look how gorgeous that is. It's kind of a very dusky grey purple. It's got a different top to the one I got before already. Hang on. So it's got a flippy up straw in there. I'm absolutely melting. This is ridiculous. I only just got home. There's a cleaning brush you could hear inside. So yay, new bottle. I'm going to rinse out and put a drink in it. Bottoms up. Look what my exceedingly clever neighbour has built. He's built a new gate. This is the old gate. This has been between our two houses for 30 odd years, I think. It might have been repaired once or twice in that time. But he's built an entirely new one, and isn't it smart? Who's a clever boy then? It's you, it is. Pose with your gate. Wonderful. I'm about to ring my mother and then go to bed. But before I do that, I need to put £5 into my tin for £5 for every book I've read this year, because today I finished The Case of the Ghost of Christmas Morning, I think it was called. If I haven't got the title quite right, I'll put it on the screen and I'll put a link in for you guys like I started doing recently. It's a PJ Fitzsimmons. You may remember I read one a few weeks ago, which was The Case of the Canterfell Ghost or something like that. I'm blurred if I can remember the names of things. Anyway, it's those murder mysteries that are written somewhat in the style of P.G. Wodehouse. I have enjoyed this one again. I'm getting more used to the writer's style. You can see where it's imitating P.G. Wodehouse and it doesn't quite hit every time, but some of his turns of phrase are very good. So if you're interested in trying them out again, I'll put a link on the screen for you. And I've got to put £5 into my £5 for every book I read this year tin. I've had lots of suggestions from you guys about what I should be saving this money to spend on, whether I should be saving it towards skin surgery, whether I should buy clothes. I still have not yet decided, but we're only, it's 1st of August, so we're 7 months through the year, so there's a while to go yet. I think there might be, maybe there'll be 100 quid in there. I don't know. I haven't been tracking it, so I don't know how much I've put in so far. There might be 100 quid in it by the end of the year, maybe. And on that note, I am going to ring my mother and go to my bed because I am absolutely knackered. This being back at work thing is killing me. Good morning on Sunday. It is 7 a.m. As I think I told you already, I am working again today. Third day in a row of 3. I work 3 days a week and I very much dislike doing them in a row. I like them to be broken up a bit. It doesn't then figure that I then get 4 days off. Although in theory I did this week because this was my week back to work. So in theory I had the first 4 days of the week off and then went in for the last 3. But it didn't feel like I'd had 4 days off because it was still part of my sick leave. Am I making sense? But in a general week, it doesn't work out that I do 3 in a row and then have 4 off. It doesn't work that way. Oh, there's a fox and he's limping. Because it doesn't work that way, for example, and here I am doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then I've got Monday and Tuesday off, then I'm back in Wednesday, then I'm off Thursday, then I'm in Friday, then I'm off. So perhaps I wouldn't mind doing 3 days in a row if I always then had 4 days. And I think maybe it would be nice if you did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the first week, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the second week. Because then you'd have a week off in the middle, wouldn't you? But then you'd be back on the first week and you'd do 6 in a row. No, I wouldn't like that either. Essentially, I think what we all want is to be independently wealthy and never have to work at all, isn't it? That's what we all want. And until I win the lottery, that's unlikely to happen. And to be fair, winning the lottery is also in itself unlikely to happen, and even more unlikely to happen for someone who only buys a ticket now and again when she remembers. Anyway, good morning. I am off to the car boot now. Have I already said that part? Did I just go into a ramble about work? I'm off to the car boot at 7 a.m. because I want to be back by about 8:30, 9, so that I can get changed and put my makeup on for work. And the original plan was that the mechanic was coming to do Natalie's car at night, so that was another reason I planned to go so early today, make sure I was back for that. But of course he's been. So that part isn't applicable. I'm also very aware that I don't need to buy any damn stock because I haven't listed anything. I sat in bed last night thinking I haven't listed anything for at least a fortnight, maybe slightly more, and I'm surrounded by bags of stuff that I haven't listed, and why am I going to buy more? And the bottom line is because this is the part I enjoy. I enjoy going to the car boot sale. I enjoy rummaging around. I enjoy buying stock. Do not enjoy listing stock. I do not enjoy packing and labelling stock. I do not particularly enjoy going on post office runs or parcel shop runs. I just like buying stuff, and selling it on eBay is how I justify my shopping, isn't it? If you are still with me throughout this inconsequential ramble, I would like to say thank you to all of you who supported the crowdfunder. Natalie and I looked at it yesterday, realised there were 2 days left to run, and that it was on 2265, and we were like, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if it could get to 2,500 before it closes? So we decided we'd do a little final push video, which went out last night. Sorry about the cuts in this, I'm having to edit out. I'm clearing my throat a lot. I've got a froggy throat this morning and I'm clearing my throat a lot, so if you're wondering why is it so jumpy, it's because I'm editing out my throat. Who are you? Bear with, I've got a passenger. Get off. Tiny spider. I just travelled down my face. I'm not scared of spiders, although if he was a bigger one my reaction would have been different. It's just a tiny spider just went I've lost my thread now. Yes, so we decided we'd do a final push on the fundraiser to see if we could get it to go from 2265 to 2500, which would have been lovely, and now it's just under 3000. So you guys absolutely blew it out of the water again, and you do this every time, and I cannot begin to tell you how thankful I am for you guys. For those of you who go, yes, you can have a couple of quid, thank you so much. You've all done what you can, and I'm so grateful for every penny. And SMAD, the C Mills Amateur Dramatics, which is the group we've been raising the money for their sound equipment, are also absolutely blown away by this. I don't think it ever occurred to Nick. Nick's been doing his job for 16 years. It's voluntary, obviously, but he's been running that thing for 16 years for young people in the community. He puts in hours and hours of his own time, as well as being a foster parent and doing various other things. He puts in hours and hours of his own time, as does his wife and the other lady who helps him run it, who is not his wife, who is another lady. Rambling again, but they put in hours and hours of voluntary work just to keep this thing running. And as I think I said in the original video, I suspect that Nick puts in quite a lot of his own money as well, because funding is a little bit scarce. And I don't think it even occurred to him that you guys would come forward to the tune of £3 grand. £3 grand, I think that's absolutely blown his mind, and it's going to make a real difference to their future shows, because they'll have some decent sound equipment. And just so grateful. I am so grateful. And I know the more you say the words I am so grateful, the less genuine they sound, because the more repetitive, the more you repeat it, people think you don't mean it because you keep saying it. But I don't have any more words. I don't have any more words to express how bloody amazing you all are. I'm getting blinded now. Came around the corner and the sun was right there. Right, I'm possibly a little bit hyped up as well, because I had some Volvic touch of fruit just before I left the house. It's rock and roll lifestyle. I will see you at the curb. It's a busy one today. It's just taken me best part of 10 minutes in the queue to get in, and you can see it's all very well set up and full already. Car boot is done. I feel a sneeze coming on. It's 20 to 9, so I've done very well for time. I wanted to be home by 9 o'clock, and God willing and the creek don't rise, as the wonderful Chris Coombs says, I should be. That's if I can get out of this parking space, because the people around me are parked interestingly. Quick change, quick application of a little bit of makeup to make me look less hag-like, and off to work I go. Hi ho, it's off to work I go.
We have our got a costume.
Hello, you coming in? Isn't it? He's done a very good job. I'm very proud of him. Oh, 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 that's refreshing. Oh, I'm very refreshed. Oh, I am fully refreshed. No further refreshing necessary. Come on, Wim Boyd.
Last time I was in a pool in the garden, we were playing with toddler Charlie. So probably longer than that.
Oh. That was as the boobies went in.
Then would go.
Collapsing dog.
Oh, but you jumped. Good boy.
I had my little wade in the pool, and I was about to put my pyjamas on, thinking that's me done for the day, and just remembered I'm on the evening dog walk. So plainly that's not me done for the day. These two have decided that it is fighty bitey time. You're not performing for cameras? Okay. So I've just put something in the microwave to defrost, and I'm going to sit here and do my car boot sale haul video while I wait for that, because I can't put my pyjamas on because I've got to walk the dogs. The evening walk is done. I was a bit worried about Molly's foot because she put it down, squawked, and then carried it a little bit, but she's walking on it normally again now. Right, dog walk is done. I am home. Molly's home. Hi. Okay, I don't want your toy, so I'm not going to take your toy. Everything is fine. It is time to say goodnight to this week's waffle. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I forgot what else I was going to say. I'm very tired. The 3 days at work have definitely hit home. But I've got 2 days off now. Oh, so I will see you at the beginning of one of them for next week's waffle. Take care. Bye for now.